Okay, it is now 10:04 and the SSBAC meeting is hereby called to order. We do have a quorum present. So Jason, I'm gonna go ahead and you are called. I keep forgetting we have to do that because we're live or all in person. Okay, Commissioner Hawk? Not here yet.
President.
Oh, okay, there you are. Hi, welcome. Okay, Murphy,
Present.
Todd. We'll mark him as absent. David?
Present.
And Cookie Feeding the chair is here, and we also have Don Mormon and Jason from the planning department with us. And Scott, I didn't recognize you without your cap on. Okay, and Scott's with us also from the signage group. Okay, Jason, you want to kick off and start with the first item on our agenda?
Yes. All right, Jason Poole, Senior Planner, Development Services. We have 4 CAs today for consideration. The first is application number 2206240012. It is an application for a certificate of appropriateness by Jason Horton of Signorama for an 80.4 square foot illuminated attached sign at 2646 Elm Street on the north elevation. Again, the site address is 2646 Elm. This is in the Deep Ellum Near East Side Sign District. The zoning is Plan Development District number 269, Tract A. This is going to be the second of 2 signs for this site. The first sign, which is located on the south elevation, met the qualifications for director review at 48.2 square feet and was approved under permit number 220-524-1193. And this sign referenced by that permit is of identical construction, though it is a little smaller. All applicable code has been met. And just to reiterate, the purpose of this division is to promote signage that is compatible with the architectural character and design guidelines of the Deep Ellum Near East Side Planned Development District, while encouraging artistic, creative, and innovative signs which are reflective of themes that have grown and developed in the Deep Ellum area. The applicant proposes to install an 80.4 square foot illuminated set of channel letters against the facade facing Elm Street, bearing the name Revolver Taco Lounge and a logo. Each 3-inch deep channel letter is proposed to have a clear plastic face with individual incandescent lighting. The returns for each letter will alternate between orange and pink. The back of each letter will be black. The logo is to have a white acrylic face with translucent digitally printed vinyl graphics. The 3-inch deep channel logo is to be backlit with white LED, and the trim cap for both the channel letters and the logo will be black. The letters and logo are to mount flush to the brick with a projection not to exceed 3 inches, and all sign elements are constructed entirely of metal, plastic, and LED or incandescent lighting. Here's the general location for this sign and the location of the Special Provision Sign District within the city. Here is the location of the Special Provision Sign District in relation to the other Special Provision Sign Districts, and the location in relation to the Special Provision Sign District. Here's an aerial map. You can see it's on the north elevation facing Elm. This is the zoning map and the surrounding uses. I color-coded most everything. Basically, it's primarily restaurants and mixed use with general merchandising, some office. There is a public school, or I believe it's a charter school, to the northwest. but that's the general uses there. Here is a location map that was included by the applicant. I thought this was really cool. It showed a lot of the tenants for Deep Ellum, and there's actually a full map in the report.
Okay.
You can see the location of this sign as well as the location on the south elevation. There is another location on Main Street that's a to-go, and they have somewhat of a similar sign that was approved. I didn't cover it in this one, but these two signs are covered in this presentation that are on this specific location. Here is an elevation showing the view of the sign on the building. And the sign details, again, it's 80.4 square feet. Here are the construction details. Here's a detail for the incandescent bulb. These are a standard marquee bulb. I'm not sure the lumens it puts off. As you can see in the photo, it's not very bright. However, that is during the day, but they're not designed to be very bright. If it's too bright, it would be detrimental in the legibility of the sign. But that is the type of bulb they're proposing for the incandescents. Here is the sign on the south elevation. This faces kind of a patio area where I'll show in the site photos. And here are the site photos. You can see there on the left is the front elevation. On the top right, you can see there's a breezeway there that kind of goes through to that patio on the other side, which would be the photo on the bottom right. And their location is actually against that wall there, all through that breezeway. And on the left, we have facing north down Elm. On the right, we have facing west down Elm. And here's a little further back facing east on Elm and facing west on Elm. You can see the location down there with the star. This is facing north on Elm. You can see the historic building there. And then another view facing north where it's kind of an alleyway that goes through there next to the parking lot. These are some signs that surround the district. Got the Rocket Fizz here, which has the incandescent bulbs, very similar to what's being proposed on this sign, as well as some neon. This Jenny's Ice Cream, which is in that little patio area just outside the south elevation for this location. And they've got an illuminated blade sign as well. Postino, which is an LED blade sign. These are also in that patio area, just some painted applied signs and non-illuminated signs. And you can see the Postino here, which is LED to simulate neon, and then the Merit Coffee there, which is actual neon. This is the trees sign over on Elm. And again on Elm, there's this on-premise, which is kind of a routed metal face that's been rusticated to look like machine fabricated. The green room. And here's some murals there on the corner of Elm and, oh, it's to the west. I don't remember the name of that street. But yeah, further up the street, along this same elevation down here. Yeah, we're getting some lag, aren't we? Down here is the actual location. You see it on the far right down there where my mouse is, but you've got Fuzzies with an illuminated blade sign and the 3 Links also with an illuminated blade sign. There's this Elm Street Saloon. And then we've got the Dada, which I always thought was a really cool setup they've got there. The blade sign and the faces, and then the large mural of the garage and their rooftop bar. And a couple more off Main Street. There were something I noticed with just some unique locations that are characteristic to Deep Ellum. You can see on the top right here is just a little suite they built on the side of this restaurant that is also another restaurant. You've got lots of rooftop bars like the Fedora down here. Another location across the street on Main. There's a breezeway there with different tenants inside of that location. Here's some of the other locations that have been converted into one of the larger locations just to put in little suites in there, various general merchandising and restaurants. This is a little detail of the breezeway. You can see how they've decorated it where you could pass through from Elm to Main. There's murals on the wall and kind of a little eating area. And staff recommends approval. We do have Jason Horton here from the sign company, Signorama.
Do you have any questions or concerns?
Well, how fun.
Fit right.
I know, I was going, when Deep Ellum started evolving, it was sort of like lackluster. It was the old style, and now with all the murals and everything, it's really turned into a vibrant area. And you know me, I am very conservative in signage, Murphy, but
No
I think
way.
that's. Oh, come on, Murphy, cut me some slack. No, but it really is. It's nice that we have that one little area that really is vibrant and energetic.
So,
So,
Jason,
questions
are
about
they
the
doing
sign?
3
Murphy?
signs? Am I seeing 3 signs?
So there are 2 signs at this particular location. They have another location off of Main that acts kind of as a to-go, totally separate CO,
Gotcha.
totally separate location.
Okay.
I saw
Yeah,
it on
down
the city
here,
layout, but
Off of Main, you
Yeah.
can see it there.
Right.
But the 2 for this location are just the ones on the north and south side where those stars are here.
Mm-hmm. So are we approving 2 or 3?
Just one, just the one on the north elevation. The other ones have permits under director review. They did not
Okay.
qualify to come to
it was a
this.
small one. Yeah, real small sign.
Gotcha. I got you.
Okay. Any other questions, concerns? Well, you guys are easy this morning. Do we have a motion then?
A motion to approve.
Okay, motion from David to approve. Is there a
I'll
second?
I'll second.
Murphy
Murphy.
seconds the motion. Okay, we'll do roll call votes since some of us are virtual. Okay, Murphy, your vote?
Yay.
Yay. Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Okay, that's David?
In favor.
And the chair votes aye. So that one is approved. Thanks, everybody. We didn't allow the applicant to say anything, so did you have anything you wanted to add, sir? I'm sorry. Who was the person? Jason, did you? Oh, he may have dropped off. I don't see him anymore, so we waited too long to allow him an opportunity to speak, and I hope he's happy with the result.
I do see he's online and his microphone is on. I think he may.
Okay.
We appreciate
Jason?
all your help with this, so thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Okay,
All right, the next application is application number 2207190001. And just a point of clarification, in the agenda, this was listed as 22071137.
one. So,
Yeah. 4 1s 37. But the actual tracking number we want to use is 2207190001. And it is an application for a certificate of appropriateness by Janice McMillan of ASI Modulex for a 52 square foot illuminated detached sign at 2500 Pacific Avenue. It's on the northeast corner of the property. Again, the address is 2500 Pacific Avenue. It is within the downtown special provision sign district located in the perimeter sub-district. The zoning is CA2. It does meet all applicable code for that district.
Oh, are we freezing up?
There it goes. Okay. And the purpose of this division is to regulate both the construction of new signs and the alterations of existing signs with a view towards enhancing, preserving, and developing the unique character of the downtown area while addressing the diversity of businesses and promoting the economy of downtown. The general objectives of this division include those listed in 51A 7.101, as well as aesthetic considerations to ensure that signs are appropriate to the architecture of the district, do not obscure significant architectural features of its buildings, and lend themselves to developing retail and residential uses and the pedestrian character of the area. The district regulations are in large part inspired by the high level of pedestrian activity and the need to maximize effective orientation of signage towards the walking public. All right, here's the general location of the sign. Did I miss a slide?
You did.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, the lag is causing. All right, the applicant proposes to install a 52 square foot LED illuminated monument sign on the northeast corner of the property bearing the name Epic. This monument sign will consist of lollipop mounted backlit channel letters on a backlit aluminum base. The exterior of the 7-inch deep lollipop mounted channel letters will be painted silver. Each letter will have a perforated aluminum face. The inside of each letter will be painted white and illuminate with white LED. The 7-inch deep black aluminum base will contain an 11-inch tall white LED illuminated reveal. This sign is to be single-sided and face perpendicular to Pacific Avenue. The monument sign will contain a ground level support, and all sign elements are constructed entirely of metal and LED lighting. This sign is designed to mimic the monument sign at 2550 Pacific Avenue. Permit number 2006021117 was issued for this sign on June 22nd of 2020 under director approval procedure. And just to clarify on this sign, it had a less than 10-foot setback, so it has to come through this committee. This is the general location of the sign in relation to the city, and the SBSD in relation to the city. Here is the SBSD and the location in relation to the other SBSDs. And a detail of the location in the SBSD. You can see it's located in the perimeter sub-district for the downtown sign district. On the other side of 345 is the retail A sub-district and the central business sub-district for the downtown sign district. And to the southeast is the Deep Ellum sign district. And directly to the south, we have Farmers Market. Here is an aerial and the zoning and the surrounding uses. You can see there's various uses. The property directly to the northwest is actually under development. I was not able to find what that is going to be. I would assume it's going to be another high rise, but primarily mixed use, especially in this building. There's a gear toward office. Then to the southeast, you've got the Hamilton, which is geared towards multifamily. And further out, you have the Pittman Hotel, which is geared toward hotel. All of them have bottom floor retail and restaurant uses. Here is the applicant provided sign location map. and a detail showing the setbacks. There's an easement here in this area, which has been avoided. I believe there was another easement in there somewhere. But yes, it is clear. It is a tight corner. And here's an elevation view of the sign itself. And the sign details. And here's the construction type. On the left is the actual channel letter, and on the right we have the reveal portion. And the footing, again, it does have a ground level support, which is required of all monument signs. And this is the details for the monument sign it's going to mimic, which is right around the corner off of Good Latimer. You can see how these letters are constructed, very modern, and they're open, so they kind of produce a halo glow. And the subject site, you can see where the notification sign was placed. Here is the surrounding area. On the left facing east on Pacific, and on the right facing west on Pacific, then facing north across Pacific. And that's called Jetway. It's not actually a public right of way. I think they just named that street. And then facing south across Pacific towards the building. You can see the Westlake and the spaces which came through the committee a couple of years ago. And here are some of the signs around the district. The Harper's, which is in the breezeway, kind of between the two buildings. There's a large art piece there at the other end along that jetway, which I thought was kind of neat, a big tree that they built. On the top right there, you can see if I can zoom in. You can see the Sherwin-Williams sign, which is one of the few detached signs in this area. We move over here. Here's the Oak and Elm sign on the corner, which is also in the perimeter. That sign was under director approval, so it didn't have to go through, but it is considered a monument sign since it's mounted on a fence. Across the street, there is a pole sign there for Dallas Tattoo, which is non-conforming at this point, and then a monument sign there for the Tom Thumb down on the corner. Around off of Ross, here's an old pole sign for the Republic. I did have to go around to the other side of the perimeter on the other side of Woodall Rogers and found a few more examples of detached signs in the area. You've got McKinney and Olive, which is kind of similar to this sign. There's the Fairings, also mounted on a wall. Park District, you can see it there. I believe those signs actually came through the committee. Here's the Cochina Miriam, which is right across from Clybourne Park. Doc B's, and then the Primrose School, also across from Clybourne Park. And staff recommends approval.
Okay, well, we will give the applicant a chance to speak if they're on board. Are they here with us, Jason?
Yes, we do have David Esch with ASI Modulex.
David, did you want to make some comments before we start our discussion?
Yeah, I want to start off by saying thank you very much for all the effort that you guys put together, and Jason especially, and the committee for meeting. The design of this sign was integral to Epic, the development of Westdale, and it's really kind of a landmark location for what I think was originally going to be Uber, but the sign that we designed, it does have a real modern kind of a feel to it that matches what was done at Epic One. So the intent was for them to be able to have a location specific directive where people have arrived at Epic 2 as they did as Epic 1. So we designed it to look just very, very similar. So, but with just a slight different feel to it, but a kind of a glow look, a modern feel. The perforated letters are meant not to jump out at anybody's face, but to kind of have a real elegant look and feel to them. And appreciate any questions that you guys might have.
I have a quick question for Jason. Jason, this is the first time I think I've ever seen the lollipop described on a monument sign. So when you talk about lollipop, are you talking about the fact that you have the little pedestals that go up and support each of the letters?
That is correct.
I'm glad I waited to see your pictures because that finally made sense to me. I was going lollipop sign. Because I was going sticking on sticks into the ground because that doesn't really fit our need to have the base there. So thank you for teaching me one new thing today.
Sure. Let me see if I can find those pictures.
Yeah, it had a really good picture of it, and it was very clear when she did that, what the lollipop mounting meant. Well, even on your
Yeah.
illustrations, you can see how the letters are mounted. So thank you for teaching me something new today.
Yes.
Did anybody else have some comments? Questions for David, for Jason?
Cool sign.
I'm sorry,
question.
Murphy, say again.
I said cool sign.
It looks really nice and the feel of all the monument signs in the area, it just fits right in. So, any other comments, questions? If not, do we have a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Murphy. Do we have a second? Commissioner Hawk seconds the motion. Okay, so that said, any other discussion and then we'll take our vote. Okay, Murphy,
Yay.
yay. Commissioner Hawk,
Aye.
David,
In favor.
and the chair votes in favor. So we have unanimous support for the sign. David, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank everybody. Y'all have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
All right, the last two applications are for the same site. The first is 2207190015. It's an application for a certificate of appropriateness by Leah Young of Sign Remedy, Inc. for a 138 square foot illuminated attached sign at 1900 North Ackerd. This sign's located on the southwest elevation. Again, the site address is 1900 North Ackerd Street. It is within the downtown special provision sign district. This one is in the central business district sub-district. The zoning is CA1. All applicable code has been met. The proposed sign is considered a middle level flat attached sign and will be located approximately within the 8th floor. And the purpose of this division, the same as the last, I can read it again if you like. It's an emphasis on preserving and developing the unique character of the downtown area, as well as preserving the architecture of the district and not securing any features of a building and lending itself to retail and residential uses, as well as the pedestrian character of the area. The lag. All right, this is the first of two applications for this site. This sign is to be located on the southwest elevation, is submitted as sign E2. The second sign is to be located on the northeast elevation, is of identical size and construction, and is being reviewed under CA 2207190019, which will be the one we go to next. The applicant proposes to install a 138 square foot set of LED illuminated channel letters against the facade facing North Ackerd Street bearing the name JP Morgan Chase and Company. Each 4-inch deep channel letter is proposed to have a clear plastic face with second surface black perforated vinyl. The faces of these letters will appear black during the day and backlight white via white LED at night. All returns, trim cap, and retainers will be black. All letters will be stud mounted to the facade with toggle bolts and 4-inch spacers. This will give the sign an overall projection of approximately 8 inches. All wiring and electrical components will be concealed, and all sign elements are constructed entirely of metal, plastic, and LED lighting. Here is the general location in relation to the city, and the general location in relation to the city and the SPSDs, and the general location in relation to the SPSDs, and the general location within the SPSD itself. You can see it borders right on the Arts District, and you can see the perimeter sub-district across the street for the downtown, the west end to the southwest, and the Retail A sub-district, as well as the Ackerd Station and the Chase Tower sub-district to the south and southeast. Here is an aerial map. Due to the skew, it's hard to point out exactly where it is, but it is, again, on the southwest side of the building. And the zoning map. And the surrounding uses. To the east would be museum, and to the northeast we have Clybourne Park, and then to the southwest is a public or private school, and then mainly office outside of that.
Jason, the museum on that, I guess it's northeast side, is that the DMA?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I was trying to get a reference. It's that far down. Okay, thank you.
Yes, that is the DMA. Here is the applicant provided location map. Again, this is sign E2. And an elevation showing the location on the building. You can see it's approximately the 8th floor. And the architectural elevation. And we've got the mid-level sign area marked there. Here is the sign detail. And the mounting detail, as well as the construction detail. Here are the site photos. I'm trying to get it from a few different angles there. Sorry about the lag. This is facing northeast on Woodall Rogers and facing southwest on Woodall Rogers. You can see the Perot Museum there, and then a few of the office buildings across Woodall. And facing northwest on North Ackerd there, and southeast on North Ackerd. And I backed up on Google Maps to show the view from Woodall Rogers. You see the building there. And from the other direction, which would be driving southeast on Woodall Rogers. It's really hard to control that mouse. The building being there. And here are some other mid-level flat attached signs from around the district. Which have the Prince Capital and Mayor, which came through not too long ago. There's several on this Chase building here. There's a little closer view. And of course, the AT&T signs, there are several of those. The Whitaker Tower is actually mentioned specifically, that has a little larger allotment for that sign. And staff recommends approval.
Okay, and we have the applicant here, correct?
We have Leah Young with Sign Remedy, and we also have Hector Patino and Shelley Eccles
Okay,
in person.
okay. Would you guys like to add something to the description of the sign? Any information you want to share?
April, not really yet.
Okay.
Sorry, I had
Leah,
to get
you're-
myself unmuted. Hello. Hi. Real quick, just wanted to add that this is a relocation for Chase. I don't know if you guys know or not, but a couple months back, they've actually removed themselves from the Chase Tower. So we actually took that giant Chase octagon down, and this is going to be their new home off of this street with the Hunt Oil Building. And we have representatives in the room with you from Hunt.
Okay. Anybody else have a comment they'd like to add? No?
Meets all the
Okay.
boxes.
Murphy, I'm sorry, speak up a little bit.
Said it meets all the boxes, checks all the boxes. I would-
Okay.
Should we take these, should we take these both together?
Well, that's what I was going to ask,
Since it's-
because the only deviation is the
Facade.
facade that would be different. And I should have thought to ask that, because that's why I was
Yeah.
flipping my pages to double check the sign is exactly the same size on the other facade.
That is correct.
So could we have a motion if we wish to take these two as a single item?
I'll motion to take
Okay,
both as
David
single item.
moves to cover both signs on a single vote. Murphy, you're nodding your head, was that a second?
That was a second.
Okay, second from Murphy. Okay, so, let's do a roll call vote on the motion to consider both signs and save a little time for Jason. Okay, Murphy, your vote?
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Hawk?
Aye.
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 David, aye, and the chair votes aye. And so I guess that then says that we'll take them both together. So do you want to just go ahead and talk about the difference? The main difference is what, the facade, Jason?
Sure.
Okay, you want to step us through that real quickly?
Just to get this one into the record, this is application number 2207190019, an application for a certificate of appropriateness by Leah Young of Sign Remedy, Inc. for a 138 square foot illuminated attached sign at 1900 North Ackerd Street. This sign will be located on the northeast elevation. All other details are the same. And I'm going to skip to the sign location. You can see this is sign E1. This faces North St. Paul Street. There is an existing sign on this facade, which I'll show in the pictures. It is a Chase sign, and you can see right there where it says existing sign. There's approximately 80 feet between these two signs, so it does meet code. But this sign is located on the northeast side of the building, again, approximately the 8th floor.
Okay,
And the elevation. And the sign details identical to what was in there before. Here are some site photos. You can see the Chase sign down there in the bottom left corner. This sign, or this photo on the right, was taken from the center of Clybourne Park. This sign will go approximately right here. And facing northeast on Woodall from the sign's location, and southwest on Woodall. You can see the DMA there. And northwest on North Ackerd towards the park, and southeast on North Ackerd towards downtown. Or excuse me, south. That should say St. Paul. Let's fix that. All right, here is again the photos from Woodall. They are the same, and the signs around the district also the same. I would point out that media wall down there in the corner. You can see it in the Discovery District within the AT&T Center, and staff recommends approval.
okay. Any discussion, any remarks from the applicant? If not, do we have a motion, team?
Sure, a motion to approve both signs.
Okay, Commissioner Hawk, that was your voice, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Okay, from Commissioner Hawk, do we have a second?
Murphy raised his hand, I think. he
Oh,
said-
Murphy did raise his hand. Okay, second by
Second.
Murphy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, roll call vote again. Murphy, your vote?
Aye for both.
Commissioner Hawk?
Aye for both.
Aye for both, David?
Aye for both.
And the chair votes aye for both. Okay. Thank you very much. So those stand approved unanimously. And the only other item of business, Jason, which you have something that I didn't notice on the agenda, is approval of minutes. So do we have any changes or modifications to the minutes from the last meeting?
No, ma'am.
No
I didn't
errors
see any.
found? Okay. If no one else found any errors, then the minutes stand approved as stated. And that concludes our business, unless anybody else has, an issue they need to raise or anything. No? Then our meeting stands adjourned at 10:44 this morning. Thank you all for coming and participating. We appreciate it. And have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Murphy.